Hey, what's happening, guys? Elton here, aka Retro Old School, in my casa here in Montreal, where there's church bells going off. And hey, I'm happy to be filming this video. This is the first video I filmed really with this phone, my new phone. I got an LG K61. I didn't have a choice. It's not like I wanted to buy a new phone, but the other one broke. Well, actually, I broke it, so it was working, but I couldn't. Log into it with my PIN. So yeah, so that was it for that. And everything happens for a reason because anyway, the uh, there was things that were wrong with it. The camera itself, whether it was photos or videos, it wasn't working well. You probably noticed, like for right now, you see I'm filming next to my window here in my living room, and it would just be like there would be way too much contrast from the light coming from there, and other stuff too. The headphone jack I think was screwed up. The although I had the glass repaired by a kiosk in the shopping mall. Uh, it Boy, that's annoying to hold that like that. There we go. And anyway, they fixed the glass, but they did kind of a piss poor job with it because unfortunately I was often not able to. I pressed buttons and it wouldn't work, so I'd have to turn on and off the screensaver. Anyway, whatever, fuck. So it's a good thing. Like I said, I mean, as you guys know, I'm not full of shit. I am poor. It's just that I was able to buy that phone really because of an income tax return that I got in April. So that's the only positive, as I mentioned before, to being visually impaired. Look at the thickness of those lenses. Is not paying taxes. I get it all back. Even my bus passes, the cost of them anyway. So, I'm going to stop this a second to switch the view to the pictures. Okay, so here we go. So this is, I think, part 5 or something like that. And let me show you the diamond reel real quick that I built a few years back. Anyway, so I had all these pictures printed up specifically for this video and specifically for one or maybe more of you guys who are interested in buying these pictures. And I'm going to give you the lowdown here right now. Now, there's a few of these that are digital pics, but a lot of them are pictures I took around like 2004, 5, 6, and they were slide film. So slides, they're like a negative, you have to scan them, and so they're not like pin sharp, So a lot of these photos are like $2 each, but there's a few I might let them go for $1 each because they're not sharp, or not really sharp, like this one here. This one here, which was in Hollywood, in Los Angeles in 2006. This is it's a 60s Ford. It's like an F600, F700. This one was right here in Montreal. This I'm pretty sure was it looks like an ex-City of Montreal truck, actually. It's old Ford L9000, L7000, digital pic. I'm trying to remember where that was. That was somewhere near St. Patrick Street. Here and there for that gentleman there in New Zealand, or Australia, excuse me. He's a big fan of Sterling trucks, so I had this one printed up. This was in the Verdun sector of the city. 2009, 2010. Same with the last pic with that Ford. Oh yeah, and I got this big, huge plant here that my mom has had for many, many years. She gave it to me. Isn't it beautiful? It really adds to my living room. I put the smaller one that I had over here. I put it in the kitchen window. Yeah, again, 2000, I think 2004 around was when I took this picture of this classic cab over Ford. This was in Longueuil, right near Longueuil Metro. Never saw this truck again. That's pretty typical. It's funny when you're filming with this, because I've noticed something I don't like about the camera, though, is that it seems to have an affinity for blue. I'm not crazy about that. Whereas, the little Canon compact camera that I use when I film stuff, that camera, it's got it on a setting where it's like, there's more like kind of a reddish tint or filter on things, Yeah. Anyway, now here's something that's an unusual, because this is a Brigadier, right? And this is a white GMC Volvo. And for a brief time, Volvo owned these two makes. They bought out White and they bought out the GMC heavy truck division. And it's funny because years later here in Hochelaga, I saw a truck from this company, not one of these. It was a Western Star, and the guy, I told him, I said, yeah, I said, you guys used to have these Brigadier trucks. He's like, yeah. He's like, nobody wants to drive them because they're too loud because they had Detroits in them. So, yeah, it was very unique to that company, the purple and orange paint scheme. This was in St. Henry. And still in Montreal, of course. Here's a Freightliner LFL. It looks like a 90s truck. This was again in probably, again, 2006, around there. Very cool shot, the semi with the brakes going off. You see the dust there and the box lifted up. Very cool stuff. I think this was in Griffintown. This picture here, this classic Mac B series. I don't know, 50s, early 60s. This was in Granby, Quebec. And yeah, 2005. Amazing truck. I'm going to take a little bit swig of my coffee here from my Cornwall Transit cup. A gift from a gentleman who was in charge of the bus fleet there. There's a Sterling mixer in downtown Montreal, right off St. Catherine Street. Again, around the same years, 2006, 2005. Here, another photo from the slides I scanned from I took. This is around the same time again, 2004, 2005, I figure. Mac DM. Looks like it was a cement pumping truck. Yeah. And then we got a very nice Freightliner here. And you can tell this one is like probably a late 80s because it's got a split windshield on it. And I think this truck may still exist because I remember I saw one I took a picture of a couple of years ago, a few blocks from my place, but it was yellow. I mean, they're just built to last forever, these trucks, this was definitely from a Kodak slide photo because it was so sharp and the color was amazing. Here, this one is for you, Gary, out of Ottawa there, a buddy of mine. He loves the old crane trucks. Check this baby out. I don't even know what the hell make this thing is. This was in the West Island in Kirkland, I think, on St. Charles Boulevard. I was glad to get a shot at it. It's so strange. You don't see that anymore. They don't have crane trucks with a little trailer like that anymore. It's all one piece, You have to wonder why that is, actually, because when I took this picture and I scanned it, I never thought of it until I recently got this picture and I looked at it. I said, why? Why did they do that? Why didn't they have just a crane over the roof? Maybe something unstable about it, eh? This baby here was an 87 Mac R series, parked at the Orange Julep. Oh man, this was a long time ago. This is 2001. Yeah, the APA company had a lot of these trucks, and it was really weird because you can see the yellow plate. That truck came from New Jersey. So it's very odd for a truck to be here, but maybe it had traveled somewhere to New York, some depot first, before coming there. Another Mac, Queen Mary Boulevard. Chances are this truck is actually still working. Built to last forever, Here's another Ford C-Series cab over. This truck actually was on location for the filming of a movie on Ronald Reagan. This is like 2003, I think. Another one I wonder what happened with. I mean, look, it's in great shape. This photo's not sure, not the sharpest, but that's a Mac, another Mac R series. I think again this one also is an 87. The other one I showed you before from the APA was an 88, but I think this one was an 87. I remember asking the operator. Let me just see something here. Yeah, very cool stuff. But I think some of those pictures I scanned, they're actually sharper. It's just that I think my computer was defective at that time. Not the one I have now, but the one before that. Because, I scanned these like fucking 2009, 2010. I don't know. Something like that. And, yeah, some of them just aren't really, they're supposed to be sharper image. Here's in front of Lionel Gru Metro Station, one of the old Kenworth T600s. Well, I think it's a T600. Man, the color, why is the color so shit? Man. Oh my god. I hope this doesn't look like this. I hope I don't have to fucking redo this again. Because right now I'm not impressed at all. Something about these phones, it's very hard to seem to find settings for them. This is an ex-Miron truck. And yeah, Kenworth Brute, seen downtown Montreal, I don't know, 2003-4, before it was surely sold to Unibeton, the cement company, that repainted it white. Here's another Kenworth Brute, and this one was in Point St. Charles, I think, here in Montreal, and this is a Sanivac. It still exists, this company. It's a sewage cleaning trucks. And this was right off the island of Montreal. This is a Ford, as you can see, 95 or so Ford, L9000, 8000. And Gloria wants to get involved. What are you doing, pussycat? Gloria, love the camera. What are you doing? What are you doing, Daddy's trying to do things here. Meow. Why are you coming to bother me? You happy now Daddy gave you food? Right? Hang on a second, guys. Alright, just to get things finished here. This was in 2007. I remember that morning. It was a freezing morning. For some reason I got up really early. And Gloria's enjoying sniffing my finger. Meow. Here you got your typical trucking scene here. Freightliner FLD International Eagle. This is on Autoroute Côte de Liesse Highway in Dorval. Yeah. And here is, again, I think this was in 2007. This is a Western Star, obviously. This was in the Rosemont sector of the city, I think. Great shot. The west. This photo is interesting because I took this in San Francisco in 2006 near Lincoln Park. And there were a lot of old vehicles parked around there. You know, a lot of people lived around that park and shit. And here's this like 60s or 70s Chevy cab over, but it was so covered, it had been parked there for so long, it was just covered from graffiti all over. So what I did is I put this photo in like a, you know, it was a scanned slide, right? So I put it in like a paint shop. And, oh, you see a bug there? What do you see there? Anyway, so I managed to do like a paint shop type of job on it, and like a spray paint can type of thing, and just like get rid of all that graffiti. So now it looks much more handsome. See, this one doesn't have, because the truck is mostly, it seems orange in the picture, it looks fine. It didn't lose its, but anything that's blue, like a lot of these pictures, it looks worse. Anyway, finally, picture I bought a few years ago on eBay, one of many pictures I bought, slides, photos I bought on eBay. I used to buy this old, I guess it's a C7000, taken somewhere in the States. Yeah. And yeah, that's about it, man. So I hope you guys enjoy that, and of course, like I said, you're interested in these pictures. Most of them are $2 each, but if you buy a lot of them, I'll make you a good deal. And they'll have my initials in the back. And I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll of course look forward to your positive comments. And you know, wish you all a nice day. And hope you guys are stay safe and take care, and I'm going to do likewise. And enjoy your day or evening. Bye-bye.